What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Live Outside, Forever United TV. I'm here, and you can see who's next to me. Saeed, my man, it's been a while. How you doing?
Yeah. No, I'm doing good. No match day to United to disappoint us. It's good to kind of come there, chill vibes. Just take it all in, you know what I mean? And just behind the backdrop of the good side, actually, where you got a bit of paint, bit of, what I'm saying?
This is the one that actually looks from a distance, that actually looks okay, this side of Old Trafford. But
yeah, it looks okay, man. But now, big up to the chat. And yeah, man, what's going on? What's cracking?
I'm just what's the name, and I've got your comments coming up here as well, guys. So as always, get your comments in, any questions for us both or anything like that. But we're talking in terms of what's been going on today at Manchester United. Not much in the news, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe looking to fund the summer by getting rid of the players, which I think a lot of the fan base, Saeed, have been calling out for years.
Yeah.
Who's top of your list? Right? I said this to people last night. It's a tough one. Let's test him. One player you could guarantee was going to be sold in the summer. Pick one right now.
Maguire.
Yeah. Beckenbauer's gone, mate.
Beckenbauer's gone. No, listen. By the way, no more Beckenbauer. That's gone. Long day gone. But I think Maguire, for me, he's on the high priority list because I feel like for me, it's one of them where you can get a little bit out of him now. He's still an England international. You still get a bit of change out of him. But he wouldn't be like the most profile name. But you're kind of looking at the likes of Casemiro, Varane. They're the ones that big wage. I think they'll be the big wages kind of guys. Not saying that Maguire's not on big wages anyway. I think it's on like 200 grand a week. So it'll be the big ones. The big wages guy. They will have to leave and ultimately free up some money because we need money. We need a lot of investment. We need to kind of balance the books. And this is the time to do it now. This will be the summer where if players left, United fans, you can have a bit of a nostalgic moment, be like, you know what, I miss him or whatnot, but you've got to be ruthless now, man. We have to be serious now. And footballing people are here now, and they've got to come in and be like, you know what, you like your favourite players, cool, but we got to start now. We got a meal to go on now, and this is it now for United. Like, this is a new dawn, new era, and it has to be done. It feels right. So let's see.
Well, that's it. I mean, first of all, obviously, there's been a lot going on with United. We've not spoken much. But Barada's through the door. Yeah. First impressions of how Sir Jim Ratcliffe, INEOS, and this whole 25% have gone for you? Because obviously, we were all sceptical. We didn't know what was coming. Has your mind changed with the likes of Barada coming in? Are you thinking more positively now? Do you feel like we are going to have that right structure to deal with what we're looking at? Is quite a lot this summer, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't really on the INEOS kind of campaign. I was more Qatar. I was like, we're getting more money in. As selfish as you can be, like, I wanted to get rid of the debt. I wanted to get rid of the Glazers full sale only. So that was a big thing anyway for me. But then I was like, cool. But he hasn't really kind of shown if he's bringing football structure in. But now this guy, INEOS, has been able to bring in Omar Berrado. And listen, I come from a City family, and I went into the house and I was like, listen, we've got your man. We have got one of your guys. He's coming to the biggest part of Manchester. We're taking over now. See you later. And I was just basically like antagonising them. And they were like, you know what, fair play. You've actually got a big guy here. I spoke to Big Steve. He was like, fair play. This is a guy that oversaw Manchester City's best part of their history for the last 10 years. And that's when they've been kind of really existed, if you're being honest with you. So I was happy. I was like, you know what, it's time to bring you football people because I'm tired of watching this football club derail because we haven't got people in that making good decisions, football decisions. And the fact that now we have got that, I'm just so glad that we've got the best in class, but now there's a pathway to now saying Man United are going to be built properly under the right guidelines, not just going, right, Woodward, Ronaldo coming there for the sake of it. Like, let's be honest, we loved Ronaldo. We loved him as a legend, but should that have ever happened?
No, it shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have, because it set us back in terms of wages, FFP, and
I think that finished Ole, personally.
Well, there you go, exactly.
I think
we
Ronaldo
went to CDM that summer.
Yeah, I thought it absolutely killed him off. He couldn't handle the big players. I think his plan was Sancho to come in, and Sancho's a story. I mean, that saga hopefully will come to an end. You need to just open that up as well. Sancho needs to come to an end, obviously. There's a lot that needs to happen. But the here and now, Saeed, we're talking what's going on with United. Obviously, guys, United actually played a game behind closed doors last night. We got beat by Burnley.
Barely.
I mean,
listen, I don't know the score. I hope it's 1-0 or something like that. But
why is the score not come out? That's what I want to know. Was it that bad? But apparently some decent.
Have we ever won an indoors
names.
game, by the way? I'm not going to lie to you. Have we ever won an indoors game? Because I remember last season we lost to was it Sheffield United or something like that? I don't know, man, these indoor games, man, I don't know what's going on, man, but we don't seem to win any of them.
No.
But, you know, I think it's obviously just getting people fit, Casemiro, Lisandro, and them. The main thing is about fitness and whatnot, but ultimately, like I said to you, you know what I mean, we're building up again, man. We just need to see fresh change, and we need something, because the season's been shit. It still is shit, but we need clarification, and we need happiness off the pitch. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I did a video, like I said, on Martial, and just for balance, because some of you weren't happy with me just going in on Martial, I want to talk about Marcus Rashford, because the news coming out is that Jim Ratcliffe isn't going to be afraid to sell players. How big a player? That's what I want to know. Are Manchester United finally going to start moving these players that have been here for so long on? Because Barada's had that interview, we've all seen the clip. The player's got to be right when you make that signing. There has to be an out. We spoke about it on your channel, Saeed. He actually has a plan for getting these players out when he signs them, but we do have to clear the decks first.
We have to.
Big name. I want to go in on Rashford. I think it's only fair if Martial's getting the stick. Rashford, he had a good season last season, but does he, for you, fall into the category of one season on, one season off? This is the type of player 100%. That is not good for consistency and won't take us to that next level. Will Rashford be that striker or that forward that takes us to challenging City, is what I'm asking, really?
You know, for me, no, because I feel like he's such a, for me, inconsistent player. You've seen it, like, you know, I don't think he's had back-to-back seasons great for United. I've never kind of looked at him like, back-to-back seasons been unbelievable. Like, and I'm talking about performance levels, talking about goals, everything, the full package. He's never been consistent. So my thing is, right, guys, everybody knows my opinion about Rashford. Since 2019, I was like, outside Newcastle, I was like, listen, for me, I just don't think he's there. You were there. I just don't think he's that guy. He's our franchise player, though. He's, for me, when you look at Man United right now, and I'm looking at who's the face of Man United, it's Marcus Rashford. When you deep it, because obviously from a PR level, from his status, from his links, from his fashion, he does all the things that, you know, you kind of want to see what Man United, you know, players should do. Like, he's in line. Like, he's not Beckham, but he's almost like our Beckham in the sense of, you know, he represents Manchester United, you know, man born and bred of this era, And ultimately, PSG will sell Kylian Mbappe this summer, whether people like it or not. He then becomes a key asset for PSG. He's a player who, I'm not saying he's on the level of Kylian Mbappe, but can almost like fill in a certain way. And when United and PSG come calling and they say, right, we're offering 100 million, and then Man United say, no, we're not doing that. Then they say 120, 130. Listen, man, I think we can replace Rashford. I really, really do. I look at the inconsistencies. Yeah, he's man born and bred, but the pressure is too much. If he has a bad season next season, we're kind of having the same conversation. Then he's 27. Then his pace might go. Then it's like, what then is left of Marcus Rashford? Because he relies on his pace. When you lose that pace, Adam, we're done. We are done.
There's nothing else left. I mean, this falls into the question. I've said it on many of our shows. Marcus Rashford is that ultimate test. If you're going to put football first, like INEOS have said, and they've made the big thing about it, the big statement, we are going to put United back on the map, on the pitch. That's what counts more, not commercial.
Not commercial.
Does Rashford fall into this as like the biggest issue at Manchester United? Not saying that Rashford is an issue. We've had some great times with him.
Of course.
Right now, if you're going to set a culture, would Rashford going be the biggest statement, and would it send a message to everyone else coming to United? Look, no one is safe.
No one is
safe.
Don't
matter how long, if you've come through the academy, what wage you're on, what you've won. Because we're talking Casemiro and Varane, and Rashford's not fit to lace their boots in a lot of the people's opinions.
No, 100%. You know, he hasn't got the aura of them guys. Like, if you look at his actual time at United, like, he's not really like achieved what he's meant to be achieving. Like, you know, he's done a couple of FA Cups, Europa League, Carabao Cups. Like, when you look at the player he should have been, like, he should have been integral to what Man United do. And I'm not saying one player should be the guy, but when United needed him, he's not been there. Yeah, last season he was, but this season he was meant to kick on. He was meant to kick on for the senior pros, for the youngsters as well. Like, he's had to show levels. But at certain point, Garnacho showed him up. You know, before that it was Elanga that showed him up. So it's almost a case of, do you really want this? Like, do you want to be the face of Man United? Do you want to be the guy that takes Man United back to the glory days? Do you want to be that guy? But I feel like he almost thinks like, oh, but, you know, it's poor me, poor Rashford, da-da-da-da. He comes out with statements, da-da. Like, for me, that's why I'm like, yo, if United can cash in personally, for me, I would cash in. And that was said a statement from INEOS saying, right, we don't care what status you've got. We don't care what background you've got. We are making Man United new. We are building Man United now from the ground, and we're going to do it no matter how you think or not. We're going to do it properly. And I want that. I want to encourage that. And that should come from any player that I may like or I may want to stay. If they come in, they're footballing people, they should make that decision. Not Man United fans, because we can... Bro, people are saying certain players should stay, and I'm like, they've been here 10 years. Like, for me, Luke Shaw, he's been here 10 years. And I'm like, people saying, but you know, he's good on his day. No! I'm tired of that. Good on his day. We need consistency. And he's injury prone. So it's like, he needs to move on now. I'm sorry, these guys that have been here for so long and have taken it for granted, and that mindset from me and you will change them. Because we're like, 3 years he's going.
Shaw is a really interesting one with a lot of people, actually. That's come up a lot. It's like you're arguing about Rashford, Martial, McTominay. Why are you not mentioning Luke Shaw? He seems to get away with it because there's so many others bad. Give the video a like, by the way, guys. Please, let's get us up to that 100 mark as quickly as possible. You know the score. Just because we're outside don't mean you get away with it. Come on, get on it. Got a few questions and comments coming in. I just want players on the pitch purely based on merit, no matter who they are. That's from HN. Rashford shut you lot up with his first goal in 8 months at Old Trafford. Take that, Sim.
Mate, that was
I know where you're going with that one, Sim. I know, but like I said, I've said it all along. Everyone knows what my opinion is with what these guys do with social media and posts and stuff like that. I think they should get training. I think that's important. They need training from up here. But going back to what you said there, it's like, how weird is it for you now that we're not actually looking at targets? All anyone is talking about is who's going.
Who's going.
Who's out the door. The names have just stopped coming on. I mean,
the names have stopped.
Here's one for you. It's like, was there a big example of how Manchester United are going to change? Just the dismissal of Karim Benzema, even the thought of him coming to Manchester United. I mean, we know we need a forward. We're lacking goals, mate. It's been the biggest disappointment in terms of output of goals ever that I can remember.
Mate, dry. We only scored 58 last season.
Yeah, this would have been something that we'd have been all over, though.
Yeah,
if INEOS weren't here, I feel.
Yeah, no, 100%. If INEOS weren't here, I think United would have been all over this. But I think for me, they're just balancing it. But I think they just want to, you know when you just have surgery, like, I think, listen, Ragnick said it himself, like, open heart surgery. Sometimes you've got to get what's inside of you out first. And I feel like that's what United are maybe saying, no, hold on a minute. INEOS are like, no, we're not doing anything now. There's no point going in the market now. There's no point doing anything. Ten Hag might want his little to promote things and whatnot. Like, no, we're not doing that. I think ultimately it does make sense. We're just selfish as fans. I might want Benzema because I'm like, you know what? 6 months, get us into Champions League football. I might want it selfish. But if Omar Berrada's saying, hold on a minute, let's chill. Let's not do anything crazy.
You're going to listen to him.
I'm going to listen to him because I'm like, he knows more than me. But if John Milton's telling me, I'm like, listen, John Milton, get out of my sight, bring in Benzema. But that's, again, down to the fact that they've always done that. They've always put these kind of like commercial signs or whatever at the forefront. Short-term fixes, short-term situations. And that's something is, when you hear someone of credible level, I'm going to listen to that. If he comes out at a press conference tomorrow and says, this is my plan, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to be like, United have made so many bad decisions in the past, we're here to rectify that. We have to be then patient. We can't just call him out and say, get him out of the job. You know, I'm being selfish. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't. And that's where I'm going to have to learn. You're going to have to learn. The fans are going to have to learn that. We've got to be patient in his ideas.
Patience is
the key,
We
want his football, man. Now we have to listen to what he's got to do and what his plan is. And unfortunately, it's going to upset a lot of people. It's going to upset me. It's going to upset you. But ultimately, I just want to know, if you've got a plan, execute it. And when you talk about selling, sell. And don't let me time to think about it. Don't let me time to kind of even be that sad about it. You sell, you go, bam, see you later. See you later, mate.
Super chat in from Alien. Wouldn't be Old Trafford without Adam and Saeed. No, mate. We do long-term standards here at Old Trafford. The only difference is today, it's not raining on us, mate.
No, it's not raining.
Always raining on us.
Always raining. But listen, that might be the kind of the new dawn. I don't know. Maybe it's we just,
Well, it's it now. INEOS are here. We're going to start getting some sunny days.
Sunny days,
Old
man. You know what I mean? So hopefully
that takes us to the next bit, mate. Obviously. We're on a catch-up right now. And, guys, you know Saeed's opinion. I'm sure most people who are subscribed to my channel are subscribed to Saeed TV as well. If not, then you need to. You're very opinionated.
Yeah.
We'll get into the infrastructure side of it, but I've got to talk to you about Ten Hag, mate.
Yeah.
I would say on my channel right now, it's a pushing 70-30 against Ten Hag.
Okay.
The reality is kicking home. You're fully Ten Hag out.
Yeah, fully.
Is there anything he can do this season that's going to change your mind? Is it the FA Cup? Is it getting back in the Champions League? And do you know what, mate? I don't think you'd have an answer back to this, but if he got us back in the Champions League, that would have to be one miraculous run of games, wouldn't it?
Miraculous. I mean, miraculous.
What's doing it for you most, though, with him?
For me, it's a lack of identity, man. I just look at him on the pitch. I'm like, what does he represent? He doesn't want to play the Ajax football. We're at Old Trafford, bored to death.
He said you can't.
Well, he can't. Well, there you go. There you go. He can't play the Ajax football. For me, he doesn't represent anything of his philosophy. I think for me, the principles he's set on the team, I just don't get it. He's centered around a couple of players, and that's Bruno and Rashford. I look at his squad management, very, very, just a bit confusing for me. And overall, I'm watching a guy who came in Ange Postecoglou, came in and basically dominated us for large parts of the game. And I'm like, how's he done that in 6 months? And I get it.
Spurs were miles behind us last season.
Exactly. And that's what I was thinking. And yet they've got 5 starters out. And people always say to me, but Saeed is missing a lot of players. But I'm like, when you don't have them players, I even want to see you even more prove to me that you can do it without them. Yeah. Because that shows me, you know what, you've got a way, you've got a different, you've got a plan B. But I look at me as I've got a plan B. And ultimately, I just don't enjoy what he's trying to do. And last season, I was like, you know what, 3rd and a trophy. I was happy with that. But what I wasn't also, I was like, next season, I want to see better brand of football. And the videos are out there. I want to see better brand of football. And I want to be close to Man City and Arsenal. And I meant that in a way, not by position, but also just kind of almost like, we can beat them in games. We can show a bit of like consistency. We can show what they're doing. We can score more goals. Like, I want to see that. And for me, I haven't seen that, Adam. And I'm coming in, I'm like, yeah, he could get top 4, but it doesn't show me anything. Because yeah, you got top 4 and whatnot. But winning the trophy again, he got that last season and we're still here at the same level. I just look at it more. It's more than just points for me, Adam. It's building an environment. And I don't think he's built an environment for me to kind of believe in him. And that's what it's come down to. And I've just been bored of his tactics. I've been bored about his games. We rarely score goals. I mean, Chelsea the other night scored 5 against Middlesbrough. Have we scored more than 4 goals or 3 goals?
No, we've never scored more than 4 in a 10-hard game. The goal difference says everything.
There you go.
It's the fact that we were going, or wanted Harry Kane in the summer and went with Højlund. I got nothing against Højlund, but it just highlights the issue that a lot of fans have got as well. I'll get your opinion on his signings now, mate, because we both knew. I'm pretty certain you was like me with De Gea in the summer.
Yeah.
It was time.
It was time.
But have we made one of the biggest mistakes ever in bringing Andre Onana in? I mean, honestly, I've never changed. I'm always down the line. You know me. I always give players chance. But I've never gone so hard on a player like Onana like I have this time. He's convinced me that he's just not good enough in just the way he is. And then the debacle with Cameroon and everything. Mate, it's embarrassing in the football club.
Mate, it's embarrassing. But for me, though, you know what it is, there's one position on the football pitch where you can change quickly, and that's a keeper. Pep Guardiola's done it. We've been keepers in the past where we've done it. You've got to make that decision quickly, and you've got to understand it for you as a fan whether you believe in him or not. If I'm believing him, then it's a case of, you know what, we stick by him, and I'm going to be so biased towards him. I'm going to be like, you know what? Give him time. But it's clear for me he ain't good enough. I'm sorry, guys, Onana is not good enough to be Man United's long-term choice keeper. I look at him, he's not a better shot stopper than David De Gea. I'm sorry. He's probably got a little bit more reflexes than David De Gea, but for me, he's not. He don't command the box. Look at the Tottenham game. Did you watch the Tottenham? How many balls went in? And he don't think, you know what? Should I just come out and claim this? Doesn't do that. His distribution is overrated. I'm sorry. His kicking out from the back is over. He can only, for me, what he's good at is kicking the ball into space for the wingers. But in terms of positionally, right backs, left back, he can't do that. I look at him and I think, you know what? He spreads anxiety. For me, he's not Man United keeper. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. And Nuruddin was like, he's not that great. And fair play to Nuruddin. He called it out. He said, go and get Costa. But at the same time, I was like, I'm backing the manager. If the manager wants him, we go and get him. But then you understand that sometimes it's not worked out. Can he get better? He's 27, mate. 27.
Can he get better? I mean, no is the answer for me. You are what you are. The biggest giveaway for me with Onana was when Inter Milan fan came on the channel and said thank you. I was like, oh no. I was trying to big up, man. I was big for Onana coming in. I seen him in that final. I seen him in a few games. I had my concerns because of what happened in the World Cup and his temperament and his attitude. I thought, you know what? That's a guy there that, I think he can handle United. He's got that arrogance about him. He's got that, he's got that presence. I don't see presence in him. It's like he's got presence off the pitch, but he can't take it. He can't take it on it.
No, you can't.
That's the problem I've got with him.
Yeah, 100%. You can't take it on it. I feel like he crumbles. And you know what I don't like? Sometimes after the dressing room, and he's like, "Oh, I'm taking responsibility." Listen, why don't you just take responsibility on the football pitch? Like, I want to see you talk on the pitch, not off the pitch. How many players have come off the pitch and be like, "Well, I'll get better and we'll do it again"? Maguire used to do it all the same time. Like, I get it, you've got the mentality to want to do better and you're going to get better, but at the same time, show it to me on the football pitch. And ultimately, Ten Hag has brought him in, and that's another sign that he's got wrong again. Like, how many signings has he getting wrong? And it's like, ultimately, I look at Inter Milan, they played 3 at the back, and they still play 3 at the back now, yeah, or 5 at the back if you want to play that formation, and they're solid. So
team philosophy.
It's a team philosophy. So when I look at Man United, it's like, you ain't always gonna get that, because we want to play on the front foot. We don't play Italian football. So it's like, were we mistaken from him being good at Inter Milan, or did he have a strong defence that was there, ready and available? So that's why I'm kind of conflicted in that aspect. But for me, Onana, we're just gonna have more anxiety. And them saves, Adam, you was there in Bayern, yeah. You was there in certain situations, yeah. When you look at the saves he's making, yeah, it never feels like he's gonna go save it. Like, every single shot just seems to go past him. Like, I'm just like...
Just about saving it when he should be saving it.
Look at the one against Everton, for example. There was a shot by Garner Gay. He saved it, but then he parried it into goal. And I feel like when he makes a save, it's not natural. It feels like it's not natural. And that's why...
It seems awkward as hell, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. But when he's... Like, you think that he's not going to go and get it, like a reflex save. He's not too bad on that one, but it's like shot stopping, and that for me is more bigger than reflexes, because a shot always is going to come to you. You're not going. Reflexes is one of them where you have to adjust your body, quickly move. I get that, but most of the time, a shot, if you're a keeper, you know it's coming to you, and that is something that I don't know if he's going to have and get better. But
no, he can't get any better now.
He can't.
It's like we said.
That's sad, man. But
I mean, so far, guys, that's Onana's gone, Maguire's gone. Saeed said that Rashford. This is all Saeed. It's nothing to do with me. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm part of this as well. This is where I think United need to be brutal in the summer, and I think this is right. This is a conversation that fans are having. I think Manchester United will be having right now, because when Pep Guardiola moved into Manchester City, it was like everyone loved Joe Hart. Everyone loved certain defenders there. He got rid of the whole back four and the goalkeeper. He changed it. He went, not good enough. Can't play my way. Are you worried if Ten Hag had that back in, that he wouldn't get it right in terms of the players still that he wants in at the football club? Because Mason Mount, mate, I've got. Can we? Honestly, do you know what? I've got nothing against me. I actually think he's an all right player, but the recruitment side again. It's like that came from Ten Hag.
Yeah, it came from him. Yeah,
it came from him.
100%.
So if the club were going to back the manager, for you, is that where the club and INEOS are looking now as going, it would be better if we had a fresh start without Ten Hag because of what we've seen already?
Yeah, that's true, because of the... Yeah, you know what? Because then we can get rid of the silence that he's brought in, because it makes it easier. You know what's mad there? That's a good point, you made there. If Ten Hag goes, you could easily say half of his signings could go, and they could make money back, because then they say, we're having a clean slate. All of them signings that came in were part of that era. It's like when Guardiola came in after Pellegrini, he got rid of all them players. Clichy. I think he kept them for 1-2 seasons, but then that was it. He got rid of them all. He got rid of them all and was like, you're not part of my era. Then he built his own Pep Guardiola era. And that's where, for me, United have got to do, in terms of, if you're going to get rid of Ten Hag, you've got to get rid of these players. But then again, Mason Mount, they're going to look at his commercial, the fact that he's number 7. He's got number 7 shirt. So then you've got almost like, embarrassingly, take that number 7 shirt off him. And that's another thing as well. How on earth did you give him number 7? What did he warrant? Again,
we need to retire that shirt, man.
Retire that shirt. It doesn't hold much sentiment anyway, because you've had Alexis Sanchez have it, you've had Tony Valencia, Michael Owen. So it doesn't hold sentiment. But I'm just saying, like, the way things have been done at United, it's just so it's so knee jerk. And that is something that, when you look at the Mason Mount, I never wanted him, because I was like, and I was also saying to one of my pals, Matisse here, I said to him, if we can get him next year, is he on a free? I said, yeah, he's on a free. We've not seen him play, guys. We could have easily got him on a free. And we could have said he's injured for Chelsea for a majority of the season. And we probably wouldn't have even got him on a free, because we'd be like, well, he might be on high wages. So then we're like, you know what, no point getting him. So that's another one as well. So many players have come in injury prone or injury this, and it's like, it's just been stop-start. And where does he fit in when he even comes in now with Kobe Mino in there now? All of a sudden now. Casemiro's back. Bruno Fernandes plays every game. So you've got 2 positions there. So is he a squad player for 65 million?
Oh, no, honestly. Over 500 in the room with us. Cheers for tuning in, everybody. Keep your comments coming in and get into the comment section right now. Alien, our man, says, Erik ten Hag done either if Newport bounce us or at the end of the season.
Oh, please don't do that.
I mean, talking ahead of that. We can't lose to that one.
Mate. You don't want to leave your house. If you lose to Newport, don't forget ten Hag. I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah,
you never see me again. About losing to Newport. Forget about the manager. I'm not coming out of my house, mate.
Closing in on 150 likes as well, guys. Please keep liking the video. As always, we've got our targets. Mount 80k at Chelsea, 240 at United, says Sim says everything. Ask Saeed about Bruno, please, Adam. Bruno Fernandes, there's another big call, mate. You're not another one again. You're not a Bruno fan. What is the issue with you with Bruno right now? Is it like most of the fans, just his recklessness?
Yeah.
Is it giving the ball away, not keeping it simple? There's plenty of arguments for Bruno.
Yeah,
Do you think he's overhyped? Do you think he's just fallen away? Do you think he was it and has just lost it here at United? Have we buried him here?
I think it's a mixture of what you just said there, but the thing is for me, I used to love Bruno Fernandes. Like when he came to the football club, I used to be raving about him. I used to be doing this, but as slowly, I started to get tired of his bad habits. Bad habits giving the ball away. His temperament on the football pitch, too petulant for me. He's a captain and whatnot, and he shows some good leadership skills. But I think as well, sometimes he's a bit like me. And I'm like, listen, you need to be a team player here. I think in the big games, he crumbles. He never turns up in the big games. That's another thing as well that I really, really cannot stand, is that he never turns up in the big games. Not that I'm saying he should be the saviour, but he should be our main guy. And I look at the way we play, he's only suited to one style for me, and that is transitional counter-attacking football. When we play technical football, we play possession-based. He doesn't do it enough for me. He can't do it. I think he had 64% possession pass accuracy against Tottenham. 64, guys, we're talking about. That is a Bruno Fernandes, a Manchester United midfielder. Forget attacking, he's a midfielder first. And I don't think for me you're going to get anything more out of him. He's now 30 this year. I mean, yeah, he could be a squad player and he may be a valuable. I look at every manager, there's going to be a pressure to play him. There's going to be a pressure to play Bruno Fernandes every week. And that's why I said Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, there has to be serious conversations about where United go from here and now. If you build a team where you've got Xavi Simons or you've got players who are technical, you can then fit other players around him because then you've got technical players. With Bruno, there's something missing there that I've said United got to make decisions and that's why I'm saying to Omar Berrado, are you going to go for stats and goals or are you going to go for a team that's everyone plays together the same way? Yeah. What do you want to do? And that's why for me, I'm like, if someone came in...
Individuals, mate. That's the
big, what I'm saying.
Big statement.
I don't know if he could play in a team full of technical players. I don't think he can. People say Portugal. Maybe that's Portugal. It's international football. So slow is a bit more. But Premier League, you don't get time to waste. We go to Wolves away. They press him. If he doesn't have a good game, we then don't have this.
Do you feel quickly super chat in from Kyle, you two legends at Old Trafford, Omar in, we getting Mbappe? I would say no.
Hey, listen, man. In another world, yeah, Mbappe might come.
150 likes in the bag as well. Cheers, guys, for that. Keep them coming in. On Bruno Fernandes, I love Bruno Fernandes. I still think there's a place for him in this team personally.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what this club has done with so many players in the past side, the player comes in with the right attributes, you bought that player and then the club changes him, the team changes him. Bruno's took a bit longer than a lot of players just to drop off, I feel. I think he has had good 4 seasons minimum for me. His numbers stand out. I think he has been really influential. I just don't think the team around him is anywhere near the same wavelength. You just said it then, you've got to build a team.
True.
This is the big thing I had with England. We always played the best players, we didn't play the best team. Too afraid to drop big names.
Scholes on the left, it was awkward.
I think Bruno would benefit from actually having a spell on the bench.
But the thing is, well, there you go. That's another thing as well.
And then see if he learns from it.
But that's the thing, though. He's such a fan favourite, yeah. He's such a big game, guy in the team.
Captain as well.
And this is what I look at Man United. I look at Ten Hag. Had he dropped Bruno Fernandes and Rashford, would we have seen the Ajax way? I think we might have seen the Ajax way. But because they're the two main guys, he said to myself, I'd rather suit my needs towards them two because they maybe are 2 better players. But then everyone else as a team has to work towards them. When they realise, people are like, I can't really play with them because they play a certain way. And it's hot potato football. And I'm like, that's where I'm like, maybe when you bring in another manager who comes in, they say, you out the firing line. We then be a team. It may not get the goals and the assists that everyone's talking about, but we actually are a better team to watch. I mean, that's where Tottenham have done well. They've lost Harry Kane. Now they're a better team. They're more flourishing, they're better.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it?
See
it's
what I mean?
This is what it is all about at the end of the day. It's finding that balance
for
the pressure that is heaped on players here. Getting the right players who can handle the occasion. I think Bruno can handle the pressure. He's shown that he can, but at the end of the day, it has to work with every other part of the team. And these are the names that we're bringing up here. We're talking about Rashford, we're talking about Bruno Fernandes, simply because, according to reports, no name is off this list. Anyone can go with Manchester United. So this is why we're talking, will this actually happen this summer? I mean, your big idea for the summer, what you want to see come out of this summer side mainly, what is it? What is it for you? Is it players out? Is it certain players in?
I think for me, it's players out. I think players in is a whole different kind of feeling. You know they're going to do that. Me, it's players out. It's bringing the right recruitment in. It's bringing a plan in. It's having an identity. We bring in a new manager or whatnot, but we have a pathway to success. They tell us, this is what we're going to do in the next 4 or 5 years, or we're going to do this in the next 2 or 3 years. They come in, they set clear guidelines, and they say, we're going on this path. And for me, that's what you need to do. Get rid of the deadwood, cleanse the football club, deep cleansing, and then we can slowly get rid of the toxicity that's in the fan base and with the feeling of the fan. Because we don't want to hear bad news. People think, United channels, they always talk about negativity. What have we heard for the last 10 years?
Craving talking success.
Look, remember who was at Carabao Cup? We were loving life. I sat next to Andy Tate, he was nearly crying because he was like, it's emotional. So we want to see trophies. We want to see this club do well. But every time we think get a bit positive and get a bit giddy, the club lets us down, and that's the problem.
Yeah, well over 500 with us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, get some comments in. Let me know what you think, guys. There is a bit of a thing going on right now, Saeed. If we get past a certain amount of likes, then they want me to dye my hair blonde. It's like a gag.
Wow.
But it's not happening. It's not happening.
You look good in blonde hair, though. I don't know, man.
No, but what they want to know is if we did more shows like this, and let me know if you want to see more content like this, guys.
Let me know.
Would Saeed be in on that bet as well? Blonde hair,
Saeed? I don't know. Hey, listen, you don't want to see that, man.
Changed his tune very quickly.
Listen, chat, don't do that to him, man. Don't do that to him.
Well, for me, I said it, I had my 5 top things that need to happen. Player sales is number 1. I think that sets the culture and then brings in the player purchases.
Facts.
And then you start to see a structure building.
Facts.
We're hearing the names about people coming in. We've got Barada coming in. Are you with everyone else? Ashworth, Mitchell, anyone else you want ideally? Or is it just like the best in class?
Best in class, so Dan Ashworth, Paul Mitchell, the Liverpool guy, the former Liverpool guy, if he wants to come in as well. Listen, best in class for me. If you can bring in the best in class, I'm happy with that. That's what we need. Listen, if you can get better than these guys that we've had, John Myrtle and all these guys, Richard Arnold.
It's not a difficult job,
listen, come on, it's not a difficult job to be better than what we've had. You can get better than what we've had. Listen, we're living life, so I feel like that's what we need. We just need a fresh change and a fresh kind of start. We can have people that are competent, Adam. Competent people at this football club. Listen, it'll do wonders for everyone. That feeling we're good, we're in safe hands. Everybody's in safe hands. It'll do wonders for the whole club, massively.
Well, I'm not going to see you before the game at weekend, and it does feel exciting that we've got some football back.
Football back.
We were just talking off camera how bad it has been, but Newport, we're expecting the win. Full strength. Who are you playing? What are your expectations, mate? How are you looking at this game?
I want to see a couple of youngsters in there, you know what I mean? I want to see a couple of play with players that probably don't play. But then again, you have to aim to win. I think he'll go strong, me. I think he'll go super strong. I want to see a bit better football. The Wigan game was a bit dreadful for me. I didn't really like it, to be honest. Even though we had loads of chances, I didn't really like the fact
painful.
Painful to watch. Better game, more controlled, and a couple of goals in there. Let's just batter them, man. Let's just go win 7-0. Why can't we win 7-0, 6-7? No, but I'm saying, why can't we go and just batter them? I know we are shit, but just use this game as a tool for confidence.
Who said that we were negative, eh?
There you go.
Saeed's just gone 7-0 against Newport.
But, try to win the game as much as you can. We against Newport, I'm saying Wigan, with 2-0, but it should have been 4-5-0. Aim to win, more. I want to see goals, man. Come out of the game thinking, man, even though it was Newport, we could say a couple of games, players got their confidence back up, Hoyland, etc., etc. So, man, for me, get a couple of goals in, get a couple of youngsters in there, and then, go from there.
Challenge before we finish up, guys. Get us over 200 likes. We're nearly there now. So everyone in the chat, please give the video a like. And top target for this. Well, we talked about no targets coming in January. Yeah. I think we can sort of. Honestly, I don't know who's going to come inside. Is there one player out there right now for you that you think has to come in for United? Well, actually, no. Forget the player. What position, mate? What's the key?
Ooh,
let's make it interesting. Forget the player, because we're going to just trust the recruitment side now.
Okay.
What's the position that you're going to go for?
I'm going to go for...
From what you've seen and like how you think style of play and what's going to benefit us the most?
Midfielder. A guy who can control the game.
An 8?
An 8 or, I think 6 we might be able to get away with one. But an 8, a controlling 8, I think for me, key. I know people talk about strikers and what, we need goals. But I think United just needs someone control. Look what was here at Old Trafford, like just, we had 30-odd% possession, I think it was. Come on, every single game we're just giving the ball away. So someone who could just come in and control the game. But then again, it's rare now. The market's so bad at the minute. It's just, But that and maybe a forward as well. And if we need a striker, but get Ivan Toney for me. He would be good as well for me.
Toney in. Did he cheat?
Nah, he probably got about 70 million. 70 million-ish.
Did he move the foam? Did he cheat in that game?
Well, I don't know, mate. You know what I mean? If you can do that at United, mate, I'll say it all day long, mate.
You won't get away with that at United. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. But guys, that is it for us here outside Old Trafford. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate all your likes, all your comments. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of this sort of content. Me and Saeed are going to do a few more bits on his channel as well. Look out for that video on Saeed TV. Tonight it's dropping, guys. Yes. So get your likes in, get your comments in. Thank you so much. And obviously do subscribe to the channel as well if you're watching for the first time. This is the sort of content that's coming. And I'm going to be back here on Saturday, believe it or not. I know you're thinking, what's going on there? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned for that. Because we're bringing it different again. But guys, that is it for now. Thanks for tuning in. There's an awkward bit here now because I've got to try and control this screen and turn you off myself. So bear with me.
Kaz here to help.
Here we go. Yeah, Kaz isn't here today, but yeah, that is it, guys. Cheers for tuning in. Make sure you go and watch Saeed TV and our video and subscribe to him as well. Cheers for tuning in, people.